Hello my beautiful peaches and welcome to a Q&A video. This is the general one. This is everything under the sun except Sailor Moon. There will be a separate Sailor Moon Q&A. How's it going today? Great! Will you record your reaction to the story of the expansion for Guild Wars 2? Yes, of course. What are your thoughts on cosmetic gem store mount upgrades now that you've played the demo more? Maybe whole skins aren't the best idea. I go into way more detail on Twitch about this, but basically I think we're going to get things like Santa hats, bow ties, spiked collars, maybe a recolor like an all black spiky raptor, but as far as entire skins, I don't think so. How did you and Mr. P meet? We met at a Dagger Here event, foam weapon fighting, and so we say that we met in the woods. It was pretty much love at first sight. What feature in Guild Wars 2 Path of Fire are you most excited about? I've got to say, of course, the story, because that's the thing that I love the most is the story and the lore of Guild Wars 2. But other than that, of gameplay-wise, definitely my Firebrand Elite Specialization. Have you ever traveled outside of the USA, and have you ever thought of coming to Australia? I actually have not ever been outside of the US. I would love to. I have a slight fear of travel to other countries simply because I've never done it before. I think once I do it once, I'll be fine and I can go anywhere. As far as Australia, yeah, I'd love to come to Australia. My first choice would probably be, Japan or somewhere that's got beautiful architecture like China. I love Asian architecture, or somewhere with beautiful landscapes and beautiful nature like New Zealand or Ireland. I would love to go there as well. Overall, do you know how many video games you've played throughout your life, and can you name them all? I definitely could not name them all if I tried. I would always forget one. But the cool thing is, if I see a screenshot of it, I could identify it. There's this game called Commander Keen. Somebody gifted me the game when I was streaming, and I went into this big long tangent looking up screenshots of it because I was like, it looks so familiar, and I found out that I had played it just by seeing certain screenshots, and it brought back all these memories of the game, and otherwise I would have never remembered that that was a game I played. So could I name them all? Absolutely not. How many have I played? No clue. I played a lot of different games growing up, especially on Nintendo, but I used to be a mono gamer. I used to get one game and just play it to death. So growing up, I didn't play I wouldn't say it's thousands of games that I've played. Maybe 100, if I had to guess. Which moment in Living World Season 3 touched you the most? Oh my gosh. I can't remember any moment in Season 3 that made me cry or, super sad, ugly tears. I guess the moment that I felt for the character the most was maybe in episode 5 with the Balthazar reveal, where Casimir she literally sees her god standing in front of her, and so she breaks down and while her girlfriend is dying on the floor. That whole combination, and she just kind of doesn't know what to do and how to handle what she's feeling. Maybe that. Someone go back and watch all my highlights of the episodes. I'm probably forgetting some big moment. Aida has a bunch of questions. I've picked my favorites. Your favorite Pokemon? Articuno. What is your favorite subreddit? I actually don't Reddit. Unless I'm linked to an article on Reddit or I Google search and then the answer is on Reddit, I don't browse Reddit. I just don't. Which celebrity, dead or alive, would you love to have coffee with? I'm gonna go Star Trek captains on this one. Either Patrick Stewart or Kate Mulgrew. What is the best advice you've ever received? My God, I could literally think about that forever. But I'm gonna go with just be yourself and don't give a damn what the world thinks. Who is your favorite YouTuber and or muse? Those are two different things. I mean, I guess they could be the same thing, of course, if someone is your muse. But I'm going to answer them separately. My favorite YouTubers right now are the game theorists, Matt, Pat, and Stephanie. They're both game theorists, film theorists. I love all their stuff. It's just fun to watch. And Boogie2988, I really, really love watching him. And Nick of Trainer Tips, Pokemon Go channel. Even though I don't get out to play as much Pokemon Go as I used to, I still watch pretty much all of his stuff. As far as who's my muse or who do I look up to or take inspiration from as far as content creating and just the way that they are, I guess I'm going to say YouTube, and there's YouTube and Twitch. YouTube, I would have to say Charm. I don't get to watch her stuff as much as I should, but I've always looked up to her. She's basically like the me across the pond. We're so similar in so many things, our interests and our I mean, heck, I think we even kind of look alike. But she's kind of the musical side of me. I'm the more reaction videos and goofy Twitch streams, whereas she's a very accomplished vocalist and does video game music and stuff, and we even play a lot of the same games and same genres. So I've always looked up to her. She does Q&A videos and vlogs, and she's very, very active and regular on, like, for her Patreon supporters, so I definitely take inspiration from her. Over on the Twitch side, I would say I take inspiration from and I look up to my friend Bog Otter, because even though we're so similar, we collaborate every week, we're like best friends. But he's always got great ideas and he's so dedicated to his work, and I take a lot of inspiration from, you know, that work ethic and everything that he does and how he carries himself and his channel. And also someone else that I don't get to watch very often just because of time, but I look up to and take inspiration from in a very healthy way, because there's a lot of people who I'm very, I take inspiration from them, but I get envious, and I don't want to have that envy, but I do, and sometimes I can't help it, but just because they're so talented or they're so dedicated. And it makes me envious. But someone that I feel very, I take inspiration from without that envy, for whatever reason that is actually Linksaria. And she has an air about her. She has a personality about her. And at the beginning of this year, I actually kind of changed the way I was doing things after watching her, and how laid back in a good way, that she does things very chill, just she is who she is, and if people like her, great, if they don't, they don't, and she just is herself. She's very chill, and I admire that so much. What is your favorite Guild Wars 2 Living World Season 3 map? Now that we've seen them all 6, looking back, you know, I have to say, I think I had the most fun in Lake Doric. I've always loved Kryda. I love those maps. It was almost a throwback to Core Guild Wars 1, or I'm sorry, Core Guild Wars 2. And it was just, I liked how it was laid out. I liked the feel of the story. I felt, when I played that episode, I felt like I was a part of the story when I was playing the map. So I really, really enjoy all of those aspects of it. And it has the peach tree, so it has to be my favorite by default. But besides the peach tree, that's just like the cherry on top. I really do love the map. What is your favorite candy or sweets? I love so many. There's almost no candy or sweet that I don't like. If I could choose any candy to have right this moment, it would be Skittles. Because I haven't had Skittles in a long time, and I love Skittles. Do you like tea? If yes, do you have a favorite type or flavor? I'm gonna get yelled at from some of my peaches over on Twitch because we've had this discussion. I'm actually not a huge fan of tea. I've tried so many different kinds. I've tried to love it, and I just don't. There's something about tea, the flavor of it as a base, that I don't really like. But what I do really like is herbal tea. which isn't actually tea, even though they call it tea. So if you want to count herbal tea as tea, I really love it. And I found one recently that is, I think it's called lemon echinacea. And it's labeled as throat coat. It helps, you know, it's marketed to help soothe your throat. I don't remember the brand, but that is currently my favorite. It's amazing. And what is your favorite flavor of ice cream? My favorite flavor of ice cream is actually vanilla. 9 times out of 10 when I buy ice cream from the store, I get vanilla because you can put anything on it. Whatever your mood is, you can put chocolate on it, you can put sprinkles on it, nuts, cherries, whatever you want, whatever mood, or you can just eat it plain. There's so many different ways you can have just vanilla ice cream. You can dress it up. Jessamy asks, do you ever take fake stretch breaks just to avoid your community and mods yelling at you? There's never any yelling. It's all trolling in good fun. But no, I don't ever take I need to take more stretch breaks in general on Twitch. But I don't ever take fake stretch breaks. I think maybe only like once ever did I need to take a break because there was either like a super malicious troll, or there was like a technical issue, or, you know, something like major, like I've been DDoSed in the past, like, and I just needed to just walk away just to, you know, get my emotions in order so I didn't sit down and break down and cry from frustration, because I don't want to share that emotion with you guys, because I don't want you guys to feel frustrated that I'm frustrated. So very, very rarely, but the only time I would take breaks would be for a reason like that, not because of the peaches, you know what I mean? Have you ever gone to Anime Expo here in Los Angeles? And if no, would you go if you had the chance? I have been to 2 Anime Expos in the past. That was from my days of being a photographer at conventions, and the guy that I was dating at the time had family out in California, so we would go and visit family around the time of Anime Expo, and then go to Anime Expo for the weekend or however many days it was. And except for it being like insanely hot, other than that, it was a blast. Would you be comfortable with telling us how you came to own your beautiful pets? Oh, thank you. Biscuit I got just when I moved here with my husband. You know, we didn't have any pets or anything. I had never had a pet of my own. And I got to a point where I really wanted a pet. I wanted a dog. I wanted to take care of something. And so I got Biscuit. I just found him. I found him from a breeder online here in Ohio, and we went and met with her and got him. And the other 2, Jack and Skipper, they came from, unfortunately, my sister-in-law passed away a couple years ago, and Skipper and Jack were her dogs. And they were, you know, they were her life, they were her babies. And so even though I was not open at the time to having more dogs, I was very resistant to it. It was very important to my husband that, you know, that we take them in, and instead of like giving them to a shelter, which is what would have happened. And that was the best thing in the world, because now they're my babies and I would not give them up for anything. Who's your favorite magical girl from Madoka Magica? I think Madoka. I don't know. I connect with her the most. She's the cutest. I'm always rooting for her. The others, I feel like all have their issues. And Madoka is just sweet and pure and loves everyone. She's like Usagi. So I can't help but love her. What shows are you currently watching? I'm a notorious rewatcher. Like, I will rewatch stuff that I've already seen, like, over and over and over. And so right now, I'm almost done rewatching Frasier, which I've watched like literally 20 times the entire series in my lifetime. And then as far as like new shows, I watch new shows here and there, but the one that I'm currently in the middle of that I watch with my family like every night at dinner is Murdoch Mysteries. Most people probably haven't heard of it. It's actually a Canadian-made, like, detective show set in the Victorian era of Canada, and it's, like, really good, and the characters are really awesome, and it's great. I recommend it if you're just looking for something to watch. And then the one that I will binge a season and I can't wait until the next season comes out is actually Better Call Saul, the prequel to Breaking Bad. It's really good. I'm in love with it and I cannot wait till the next season comes out on Netflix. Are you planning to watch Steven Universe? Someday when I get the time and the chance and the want and the deciding whether I want to record it while I'm watching it. That makes things even harder. Someday I will watch Steven Universe. Peachy, tell us your top 3 picks for cereal. The people demand to know. Oh my god, I love all cereal. All cereal. But let's see, if I had to pick 3 cereals to have for the rest of my life, I would say my top 3 cereals right now are Cocoa Pebbles, Raspberry, Fruit in the Middle, Mini Wheats, and S'mores Grams. The real S'mores Grams, the vintage S'mores Grams that they don't make anymore. Have you played Guild Wars 1? And if so, what was your favorite part of the game? I have played Guild Wars 1. That is what got me into the Guild Wars franchise. And my favorite part of the game, I have so many individual memories of that game, I don't know if I could pick a favorite part. I'm gonna go with when Gwen and Karen got married. That just blew my mind. How is a raven like a writing desk? It's not. Which moment in Guild Wars 2 Living World Season 3 shocked you the most? I'm gonna say I have 3 moments that really super shocked me. At the very end of episode 1, where Timey says, Primordius is awake. Bam! I was like, what? Also then when, of course, the Lazarus Balthazar reveal. And falling into the volcano in episode 5 and literally seeing Primordius right in front of me. Will we see the return of Peachy after Dark streams in the near future? Probably not on a regular basis, but I'll try and stream my raid nights more often, because I know you guys love the Peachy After Darks, because there's a lot of you who can't watch during the day, and I understand that, so I will try to stream at least my raid nights more. What's your favorite food that Chef Mr. P cooks for you? Oh my gosh, I don't think I could pick a single favorite. There's so much. I mean, I love everything. Pretty much everything that he makes. But I would say the most consistent thing that we keep coming back to, and even though it's simple, it's a combination that I just like, anytime we have it, I crave it and I love it, is tilapia over rice with peanuts and sweet chili sauce. So good. If you could change one thing in Guild Wars 2, what would it be? More merchandise! But no, seriously, in-game, bring back Season 1 and the Labyrinthine Cliffs. How do you think everyone outside of Alona will react to Balthazar's actions? Well, we saw a little bit of that in the last episode, but I think we're going to actually explore that a little bit in Path of Fire if my interview with Scott and Matt is any indication. So I think they're gonna go rogue and start fighting each other. What are your thoughts on Casimir and Marjorie's relationship? Do you think they will stay intact through the expansion? I sure hope so. I really, really hope so. I'm gonna be very upset if they break up. Very upset. Why is the rum gone? 'Cause you drank it all. The best thing about playing Final Fantasy XIV gives me a break from Guild Wars 2. It's just different enough that I can have a lot of fun with it and not feel like I'm playing the same game, you know what I mean? Any plans on adding a 4th puppy to the mix? Actually, yes. There you go. That was all the questions I got this time. Thank you so much to everybody who submitted them. It was super fun. If you have any questions that you want to ask for next time, you can leave them in the comments below. I'll also be asking on Twitter right before I make the next Q&A video. I hope you guys liked this. If you did, push all the buttons below and let me know. And thank you for watching. I will have a separate Sailor Moon only Q&A video coming up soon. See you soon, guys.